So today Arman Sarukian fired back at Ilia Topuria saying he should accept the fight between them because on Monday Ilia Topuria was on Eri Huani's show saying, Arman's an easy fight, I'm going to break his jaw, like he's just going to take me down, I'm going to knock him out. And so that was on Monday, that was when Ilia Topuria made that comment. And today Arman Sarukian was on Eri Huani's show, the same show that Topuria was on, and in his response saying that in this clip that I'm about to play, saying that he should accept the fight. If it's true, if you think you're going to win, then why don't we fight then? That's kind of been the whole thing between Arman and Ilia for like a year now. So this is the clip, and here we go.
Well, I asked him more about you because I thought his response was very telling. Here's another clip I want to get your response to.
He's not on my level. If we cross the paths, like I'm gonna break his jaw in the first round. Like what he's gonna do? He's gonna take me down, bro. Please listen to me. Calm down, calm down. Do your thing. Go to those wrestling tournaments. Do your streams, and whenever the moment that arrives, just make sure to show up, and I'm gonna do the rest. The little weasel.
So yeah, there it is. That was the call out that Ilia Topuria made a couple of days ago, saying Arman Sarukian doesn't want to fight. He is, even if they do fight, he's just going to want to take him down, and that he's now in this live stream life. He's live streaming all the time with different people. He's doing the RAF, the wrestling events and stuff like that. He's kind of not really been much of a UFC fighter in the past year, more of this, and now become this live stream / wrestler guy. So that's what Topuria was talking about.
What do you think of that, Arman?
Good luck to him. So we'll see when the fight happen, and we'll see how I'm not gonna take him down. I can take down anybody. So about that, he's gonna like break my jaw. Whatever he wants to do, just accept fight. Why you like?
Arman speaks so slow.
Why you ducking if you're super confident that you can beat me so easy in the first round? So just sign the contract after this fight and don't move up and stay there and beat because I'm easy fight. Why you wanna move up?
So yeah, that's his response to that. He's basically said, Ilia Topuria says, I'm going to break your jaw, you're just going to try and take me down. Arman says, I'm not going to take you down, let's fight, but let's fight to actually prove who's the best. And also telling him, don't move up, because obviously everyone's kind of expecting Ilia Topuria to move up. Maybe after this fight, maybe in a fight or two, to, chase down Makhachev. Obviously Makhachev went up to welterweight, and Ilia Topuria wants the Makhachev fight. The end goal for Topuria is ultimately the Makhachev fight. I think it's the end goal for the UFC as well, because it is the biggest fight they could put on. So people were expecting Topuria to chase that fight as well up to welterweight. And Arman is saying here that Topuria shouldn't go up to welterweight. He needs to face Arman before he ever thinks about doing that, because he is the number one contender. Arman is the number one contender. It should have been this fight. Instead of Gaethje, it should be Arman, but what happened. So that's his response. Also, in that same interview, Arman said this about Topuria, saying that, I'll just play the clip and I'll explain it after.
He lied, and about that I'm a gangster on the Twitter. I'm not a gangster, I'm the man, but he is not. He shaves his ass, he shaves his arms, legs. At least I'm a man. I don't do that.
How do you know that he does that?
I mean,
he says because Topuria shaves his arms or shaves his body hair, that that he's not a man, because men don't do that.
If you see his videos, he has no hair on his legs. You think he's gonna have a hair on his ass?
I don't know. I never thought of that, to be honest.
Yeah, just one of these kind of like stupid throwaway digs things, saying that Arman's a man and Topuria's not because Topuria shaves his body hair, and then says, or that he doesn't shave his ass. Specifically that he doesn't shave his ass, and then obviously he's asked by Eri Huani being like, how do you know he doesn't shave his ass? And it's because in videos, Topuria looks like he doesn't have hair on his legs or his arms. Therefore, he's gone the full way and just done the whole thing, including his ass. So, I mean, this is really riveting investigative information from Arman. You know, some people are thinking, you know, they're studying the tape, they're studying, you know, if a fight ever came about between Arman and Topuria, you know, he's going to be studying how's he moving, what's his diet, maybe like is he going to have a good weight cut, is that going to have anything, just really like autistic focusing. But no, none of that stuff. Arman is thinking, is his ass hairy or not? So that's what Arman's been up to in between UFC fights. And yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it's an interesting thing that he's thinking about. It's just like, why is... whatever. Whatever. I guess whatever way to say that he's not a man. He's more manly, or Arman's more manlier than Topuria. Whatever. It's kind of funny, but it's just like a bit stupid at the same time. Also, I referred to Makhachev. Speaking of Makhachev, today he tweeted this. He tweeted July ? As in, does anyone want to fight in July? With a picture of him with his 2 belts. And what is weird about this is, so this is him saying, you know, I can fight in July, who wants to fight in July? Anyone at welterweight, July. And that's obviously International Fight Week, which is allegedly like supposed to be McGregor's on that card, and it's like McGregor would be the main event. So what's going on? Like, because it's a bit confusing, especially with all the information we've been given in recent months about McGregor's return and even Makhachev injury. Because I remember a couple of weeks ago, or even a month ago, maybe more, that when they were putting together when we heard that the Makhachev versus Topuria fight fell through for the White House card, it was because Makhachev was injured and he couldn't fight in June because of a broken hand. And suddenly he can fight only 1 month later? Something about this doesn't really add up. That he couldn't fight Topuria on the White House card because of a broken hand. Remember when Ali Abdelaziz was coming out with all these excuses, being like, he fell asleep, or Topuria's like, Topuria outpriced himself, you know, to hide from Makhachev so he didn't have to fight him, and then also that his hand was broken, which means he couldn't fight. But it's like now he's fine for July, only 1 month later. I don't even think it's even a month. I think the kind of pay-per-view events are what? So you have the White House card on June 14th, and I think the July card is like this first week of July, so what, 2-3 weeks maybe difference? I don't think that really makes a difference to a broken hand. Don't think so. So I think something's going on here in terms of maybe Makhachev can fight, but the whole Topuria thing with the fight falling through was a complete lie. Or, yeah, it was a complete lie, and this is once again, the Ali Abdelaziz, who runs Makhachev's Twitter, can't remember what he said, can't remember his own lies from a couple weeks ago. And, yeah, because also Dana White had said that they were targeting Makhachev return for August a couple weeks ago. I think it was about a month ago or something like that, saying that Makhachev, not summer, more like, or not June or July, more like August for Makhachev. We're thinking Makhachev for August. And now he's saying July. So I have no idea what's going on. This just seems like another bunch of lies from Makhachev, Team Makhachev. And it just gets worse and worse every time, especially with the whole Topuria fight falling through. And yeah, so that was that. That's whatever.